digitize right on the screen. I can pick features, move them, delete them, change attributes. Right here we're going to show where my current GPS location is. We use the GPS right in the BlackBerry. All BlackBerries that have GPS have a receiver antenna right in it. So it's showing me right where I'm located. And as I drive down the street, it's actually going to show me and move along with me. Let's jump ahead just a little bit here. I mentioned digitizing. So let's go ahead and show a little bit of that. Here we are, and we're going to go ahead and create a feature. We're going to go ahead and digitize right on the screen a meter. Now this can be a parcel, this could be a fire hydrant, this can be a street sign. You bring up the attributes, your end user fills them out, and once again it's completely automated. They can go to a street address database and only type in specific files or names so we can have data accuracy. We pick on the screen where that parcel or where that feature goes. We can come back and adjust it. And this is, once again, I'll keep hitting this home. This is going live to my GIS server. If someone else is looking at this data on ArcMap or a web or a Flex viewer, they're seeing this data come right in. Matthew mentioned Nova Scotia Power using this. What the management loved is while people were out in the field digitizing, they could actually see it right on their BlackBerry as data was coming in, and that it was coming in correctly. I'm going to go to another quick demonstration, and this is going to show a little bit of the forms. So we're going to jump in here and show, once again, a live map service, but I'm going to jump over to a smart form, a GPS collector. And this is actually a humanitarian project we did for flooding in Jamaica this fall. There's also a nice article in Arc News about work we did in the Haiti earthquake. So this is a smart form that anybody in Jamaica that had a BlackBerry could use. They didn't have to download it off of, a desktop or anything. They went and grabbed the application, filled out a form, took a picture of the damage, the flooding, filled out and sent it along with the GPS location. So they're firing up the GPS, getting that location, and then saving the record not to their BlackBerry, but to an enterprise server up in the U.S. so that other people could see this data anywhere in the world, including back in Jamaica. Jamaica. So let me show you a browser application of kind of that same data. This is a citizen's complaint off of smart forms on BlackBerries. This was actually done in Washington, D.C., and I'm showing a Flex viewer of data, these data points, these push pins that came in from a BlackBerry. So we can highlight them and actually see the information, the record, the photo that was completed by a BlackBerry user. So once again, showing that this data is going to enterprise GIS geodatabases that can be used in a variety of ways. Now, showed you all great stuff. You might be thinking, wow, that's thick, complicated, and may take a long time to do. Well, this back end, what I'm showing right now, is the system administrator. So Nova Scotia Power, Kitchener, these other utilities and local governments and agencies that are using our software. This is what the system administrator builds the application with. Very easy. We come in here and we grab a map, ArcGIS Server, throw in the map service. This is a Ducks Unlimited. Let's go grab an Ontario map. So I'm actually drilling into their server to grab a map. So I can grab any map, whether it's ArcGIS Online, it's an internal map, it's someone else's map, is it a provincial map. We hit apply, and now we can start using that map to create an application for the BlackBerry. The same way I hit any map service, I can hit any database. So maybe I have work orders or service orders in Oracle or SQL Server. I can also go grab that enterprise database that is sitting at my location, and then create those forms like that Jamaica flood form for the BlackBerry that's writing to what database I want it to. I come in, and once I've hooked up to my databases and maps, now I'll come in and start creating the BlackBerry application. And once again, this is very easy to do. It's point and click. I want to add layers and views for my end user. I'll just click on a button here and bring up the layers and select which ones I want to display. I can add searches, outages, polls. This is an electric utility. You set up as a system administrator what fields people will search on, how the results look, what fields do I want to show, how the record is presented, change a field alias. This is a poll ID. What are my end users going to understand? So make this very easy and understandable on the BlackBerry end. Once I configure this mapping application with this point and click, then it's available on the BlackBerry. And what's great about this, since BlackBerry's connected, I can come in here and say, hey, I don't want people to edit roads. Here's my layers that I'm editing. Well, let's delete the roads. I don't want people to edit the roads. And when they edit the transformers, when they bring up and go into a transformer, I can set what attributes they can edit. So I have complete control. So we'll go to the edit form for transformers, and let's go ahead and say, I don't want them to change the SAP ID. Let's delete that completely. And when it's a poll, maybe I want to auto-complete. I want them to only select a poll ID out of an existing database so they can't type in a bad poll ID. So very good at the ability to make sure the workflow is correct and accurate. So set it up, push it out to the BlackBerry, and I'm ready to go. And because it's with the BlackBerry network, it's all secure. It's internal IPs. I don't have to expose anything to the outside world. I grab all my internal maps, not external maps. So very secure, very easy to do, and able to integrate, as I showed you, with external databases for workflows and hot links to web pages and so forth. So that's the demonstration we had for GIS on BlackBerries. And I'm going to turn it back over to the demonstration. I'm going to stop sharing my desktop here. And go into the architecture. We have some different editions of the software, Freeance Mobile, 3, all available from ESRI Canada. The first one is Freeance View, and it's a free download. You can, within an hour or two, publish your own maps on your own BlackBerries with Freeance View. Now, it's view only, it's limited, but we have a lot of organizations worldwide using this to see their GIS on their BlackBerry. Freeance Basic is the next edition, and that lets you start to do editing and field collection and digital photos and forms on the BlackBerry. Freeance Pro is unlimited editing, those beautiful smart forms we were showing, even allows you to track end users. You've got a lot of public safety groups like Chicago PD and so forth tracking their BlackBerry users live on their GIS. This is all server-side licensed and unlimited number of BlackBerry users. We've even had organizations push out their BlackBerry applications for public use on the BlackBerry App Store, which you can do with Freeance. So it's a server-side technology. On the administration side, you can lay it right into your ArcGIS server architecture in your location. And then it's a Java application on the BlackBerry that takes a one-time download for map viewing, smart forms, and tracking. The architecture, we've got the Freeance server right down here on the bottom. Let me draw a little highlight of that. That's an install wizard right on your site. That can go on the ArcGIS server or any web-enabled computer. It does not and is not recommended to go on the Freeance or the BlackBerry Enterprise server. What's very nice about this application, we're fully compatible with BlackBerry Enterprise server, but no programming or no software goes on that machine, as recommended by Research in Motion. What that BlackBerry Enterprise server allows us to do is it allows us to keep all our internal IPs safe. So from the BlackBerry device running Freeance Mobile Java application, we go right through the cell network, right through the BES. We hit the Freeance server, and then that goes to the ArcGIS server, grabs a map, a feature, sends it back to the BlackBerry, and we've got a secure environment where we're communicating with your enterprise databases and your GIS server. Once again, what's different about the BlackBerry network architecture? Very secure, no open ports. Very manageable because of that BlackBerry Enterprise server. I can push the application out to BlackBerries automatically through the BlackBerry Enterprise server. I don't have to herd cats and get my 200 end users to please download and read the email and correct the right application. I can push a button on the BlackBerry Enterprise server and automatically install it. It's very efficient when being concerned about data consumption on the smartphone. So we get charged by the megabyte. The BlackBerry is very efficient that all images are compressed. And as Matthew mentioned, it is the leading smartphone in North America, twice as many BlackBerries as any other smartphone. That ties up the demonstration for today, and we're open to questions, either in-house or outside. And feel free to chat in a question.